Last week, Thursday, they have the meeting, St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, or the Parish Council meeting, where they were speaking about the removal of the dump out by Church Corner and taking it to Riverton City. Actually, I was passing earlier and I saw them doing some work out there, actually moving the dump. So they start moving the dump because this is the urban center, and they were saying that the dump is close to the urban center, so it might affect the urban center. I'm not sure if that is the specific reason or the main reason why it is moving right now. Right? S&J people want to say that too. Anyway, the urban center is right on the left hand side, so you can see that it is close to the dump. Right? So I'm just going to drive past for you to see that they're actually moving the dump right now. See the urban center there. So all the smokes will be blowing to this side, and it will affect the urban center. It already affecting people in the surrounding area now, but I think the main reason why they actually move it now is because of the urban center. Alright, so I'm approaching the Bustamante Bridge. So at the end of the bridge, on the right hand side, alright, you can see the dump on the right hand side. Right, see it over there on the right hand side. I'm not sure if you're seeing it clearly, but it's on the right hand side. And as I said before, I'm driving, I won't stopping for you to see it. I'm driving, so you can actually see equipments out there on the right hand side. See it? So see it to the entrance right there where that white vehicle coming from. Every equipment over there now. Trucks here, and the left hand side, see them? Grab his trucks. Anyway, you will hear, I'm gonna let you hear what actually took place in the meeting. Just a preview of what actually took place in the meeting. Also, I will just give you a look over a view of the dump area. Driver can drive that driver. You know, so it's supposed to stop or no. So we're actually now at the meeting that was held last week, Thursday, at the municipal building, St. Thomas.
Page 5. It says Dr. Shaw, it should be Dr. Smith.
Um, 6A, Red Hills and Yellows Housing Scheme Road Rehabilitation Program. We'll have the superintendent to take us through that aspect of it.
Morning, everyone. Red Hills and Yellows Housing Scheme. What remains the same since the last meeting. The claims for the contractor is now being processed. I think at some point now, throughout this week, I expect money to upload in his account, and then from there we can start the process for retendering for phase 2. But what remains the same as the last meeting.
To the chair, Felix, in regards to the Yallas housing scheme, when you say the matter remains the same, is the project complete?
The project is complete. Finally, we have to rescope the project to facilitate all the asphalting. So, phase 2 is supposed to include drainage, additional drainage between phase 1 and phase 2. But phase 1 is now completed. totally completed. We have a close-out meeting with the citizens, NHD, the councillor for the area. It was an online meeting, and there was no defects as we speak regarding, because the project was basically road rehabilitation, just to asphalt the existing, just to put another layer of asphalt on the existing surface. So it wasn't anything regarding drainage construction and the move of construction. So it complete as per contract.
The reason why I asked the question, Mr. Felix, is that the contractor, which is Alcar, there is a bit of concern where I think NHT giving Alcar a total different report from what I'm hearing now, because based on what Alcar is saying is that the council itself holding up the process in regards to, I don't know if it's the phase 2 or what, but there is some lingering between Alcar and NHT, and NHT is saying to Alcar that it is the council holding up the process.
And council is the final payment, because there should have been some outstanding work regarding some name signing for the streets, which the contractor refused, because he stated that the scope wasn't clear enough regarding how we should actually install the signage. So there's a dispute between us and the contractor for both project. So this decision was taken for us to pay the contractor for the work completed. So the only thing we have left out of the contract from Yellas is the street signing, the name of the street. But for the work itself, in terms of the road work that is completed, and the only thing we have standing for him right now is the payment for the retention, because he has received all payments for work done so far. It's just the retention, but retention cannot be until the retention period expires. There's no defects. So since we have the site meeting, there is no defects, and we are now processing the claims to pay the retention. And so the only thing remains on this contract is the street signing for the name.
The approval without giving a name. Someone on Oxford Road with lot 5 can end up with lot 5, but because that area don't has a name, then you find that problem. So the council need to look at that matter.
That is not the case with the name of the streets already. They exist. So we are just replacing them, because sometimes when they put up the street side, sometimes they get displaced or accident and removed. But the problem with the contractor is that he's saying that when he was doing his scope of work, he was doing his pricing for the scope, he never included to erect post and put on signage. And they are saying that how can you install a sign without erecting posts? So there was a conflict. So the name already exists. The Citizens Association is willing to furnish us with the names, so we don't have any problem with erecting the sign with naming of the street, because all the streets name already exist. So it's not like we are going to rename any streets or rename any road. It's just to rip up the original signage.
I heard the superintendent of works stated that the matter remained the same and you're going on to phase 2. No, I don't know, I'm not an engineer, but I would have thought that if there's a road project, that the drainage would have been the first thing to attack. Now, I have in my phone here the appalling condition of the Red Hills drain, where you have hundreds of citizens living in Red Hills. And I think that scheme is one of the oldest schemes, and this drainage system is a problem. Whenever it rains, a number of persons' houses are flooded out. So I would have thought that this drain would have been a critical one and would be on the priority list even before the contractor think about doing the surface. Be that as it may, a part of the surface has been done, so I'm going to ask you, Superintendent, and I'm going to ask this council to ask NHT to really treat this matter as a priority. And I also want to say, and I want to achieve something here in the life of this council very, very soon. I don't intend to be here for very long, and I need to at least achieve something for the residents of Red Hills Housing Scheme. Not for me, not for the People's National Party, for the residents of Red Hills Housing Scheme. So I crave your indulgence, Superintendent, to really advocate, assist me in advocating for this. Because I thought that the drainage would have been, I mean, it's crumbling. It's, see right here? I can share the photograph with you. Okay? So, that's my 2 cents.
It is a priority because it was part of the original scope. But that is what caused the dispute between us and the contractor when we are going to re-tender the drainage aspect of the work. Because we didn't want to cancel the contract and re-tender because the project has been re-tendered for more than once before. So we go ahead, do the road surface, and the part of the work that is causing a dispute, we are going to re-tender. So basically it is a priority. Because if the drainage is not rectified soon, the work that we did before will basically be in vain. Because without drainage there can be no road. So it's a priority, and we're working very closely with NHD, and in short order, it will be re-tendered.
Morning again. In regards to the removal of the dump site, I don't hear you give a specific location where you will take those garbage away. Yeah. Second, I think that you said that this is starting this weekend, right? For us as the corporation in charge of the solid waste locally, I think solid waste should take in consideration the trucks should cover before they leave the dump site. Reason being, the last time removal of garbage was done, you find out that to make a certain amount of trips, garbage blowing all over on the road from those trucks because they weren't covered down properly. So just take that in consideration. Not just to do 10 trips, but also messing up the highway going down to Kingston. My concern now is the trucks that you have mentioned in regards to the parish. The plans that you have, is it that we are going to get brand new trucks regarding the parish? Because you have mentioned that we have get supplementary trucks, and I do believe that those are the what left from wherever you guys pull them from. Now, the last time I asked Mr. Good regarding trucks, he said that he didn't tell me that the parish was going to get new trucks. So now I'm asking you, Mr. Jones, is it that we are going to get some new trucks, or is it that you guys going to send us some trucks from different areas that you may think need the new trucks?
Councillor Lee, yes. Thank you for your question, Councillor Lee. Alright, so in terms of the location to remove the waste actually be brought to Riverton disposal site. That is one. In terms of the covering of the trucks, I would need to look back at the contracts that we have with the contractors to see if that was a requirement. If not, I will ensure that it's added. Because what will start on the weekend is basically the excavation aspect. And we put in place in terms of water trucks to keep the area wet so that there's not much disturbance from the dust and so on. So I will address that issue. As it relates to brand new trucks, now the plan has always been to send 3 trucks to St. Thomas. Now what we've done so far, we've sent one brand new truck. One truck that is basically 2 years old, and we plan to send another 2-year-old unit to the parish. Now, we as recently as the last, I think it was in June or July, that we had gotten the trust. Based on the mix of units that we have, we basically are trying to ensure that they're equally distributed in terms of the brand new units. Now, we have set up a schedule as well that the parish will also get access to the tipper and the crane truck. The parish will actually get access to the tipper and the crane truck as well to ensure that it's maintained in terms of the removal of dirt, vehicles, and bulk waste as well. And since recently, I think we have removed about, I think approximately 2 loads of bulk waste from Arcadia. Hope that answers the question.
Kindly asking you to have a look at Dumfries. I heard you made a grand report a while ago. Alright, yes, Dumfries. Garbage collection there is very irregular, and as we speak, I just got a text about garbage pile that is being. So kind of have a look at it. Yes. Also, I am very happy to hear about the waste removal from the dump. Because I speak all the while about the pretty urban center, and next door is the dump. Okay, so I am advocating for the removal of that dump. I want to go on record, regardless of everything, I am advocating. You understand that persons gets their livelihood from there, but we have to find another way. Okay? Next question, bulky waste. I need you to expound on that, right? Because I want to know where these bulky wastes are taken from and how it is being addressed.
As it relates to bulky waste, so when the inspectors go out, they typically look in terms of some of the areas that we traverse, where there will be old fridges, stoves, washing machines, and so on. Whenever we realize there's a need for a tipper truck, we send in a tipper truck to collect these areas. So typically, these bulk waste, they're temporarily stored at, they're temporarily stored at the church corner side until we remove them to Kingston. So we may collect 3 or 4 loads within the St. Thomas area, store them at church corner, and then remove them into Kingston. So it's also, and it can also be triggered if councillors have areas where there are particular needs in terms of bulk waste collection. They can advise us and we can assist as well.
There is like there's something water. It's right there on the highway. It's a very nasty scene. That's the best way I can describe it for now. Is there any action taken or about to be taken where that water is concerned?
Okay, indeed. As you said, and it occurred a couple months ago, and at that time, when we made contact with NWC, they came and cleared it. But since this last incident, which is several weeks now, we have been making contact with NWC. At one point, I know that the wastewater officer, Ms. Williams, even sent a video. And we have not had the necessary response in terms of the clearing. It was yesterday that a notice was served and taken to Kingston on the matter. So Ms. Jamie Scott from sewage, and she has informed me that they are gathering the resources to start that work very soon. She didn't tell me how soon.
One agency, such as NWC, just starting and just cause an outbreak. Look at anybody try to pass it. This is a dirty situation. It's really nasty. It's an emergency, and it must be dealt with that way. It can't be a situation that you're going to get all the resources together to actually fix. You have to go there and put some emergency remedy in place. And I talk about it all the time, and sometimes people don't like what I say. There's a different standard in this country for government agency versus that of a private individual. If a man runs a restaurant and health department recognize him breach,
10 level of breach, he won't get checked down immediately. Him doors them that now can't open. Everybody ever knows that the establishment is nasty, can't help the department. Shut it out. Now for government, there are many of them, like I hear Councillor McLeod always come and talk about that situation in a female. Just many of them are all over. I have one on in Dwayne Pen. You know, it's sad. It is really sad because government really should set the example. And enough time I see a department serve notice and government even turn a blind eye to it. Because even serving the notice for selling that, we know that that never really make them act if they're not ready for act as yet.
That's my duty.
But you do your duty, and I understand that. You have to do your duty, that's your part you play. But I'm just speaking to all government, and I'm not talking about a JLP government or a PLP government. I'm talking government over the years, what I've noticed since I've been a councillor. They just behave like they don't take public safety into consideration. Because that situation must be dealt with. You don't drive past there and look, well, you have to smell it when you approach it. It's really bad. And it's an emergency, and we have to deal with it as an emergency.
Municipal Corporation, members of the media, a very happy new year to all. And these are the highlights for December 2024. With the on and off rains and with the garbage that would have been in the area during this time, would have increased the risk for us of having dengue fever. So we have an AD's premises index of 13%, which is higher than the 5% that you'd want, according to the World Health Organization. I'm taking the opportunity to remind everybody to ensure that they are putting holes in their tin cans before they put them out for garbage collection, ensuring that they're having their drums covered, and ensuring that they are protecting their water sources overall. There's a good 80% of the mosquitoes breeding, the Aedes mosquitoes that are what I refer to, breeds in drums, but it also breeds in the solid waste. So we have to protect both the drums and the solid waste. In terms of screening for the parish, we've been doing screening for chronic diseases. We want to find the illnesses before they are very, very serious so you can actually manage them properly. And we did 4 such screenings for December 2024. One of which was in collaboration with the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, where we did a screening at the Mayor's Street on December 15, 2024, where we saw 78 persons who were screened for hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, any kind of risk for stroke, prostate screening, eye screening. All of these were done. For the month, we did a total of 455 persons having been screened. There is no case of COVID-19 at present. We've been looking at that for the last 4 or 5 years. And we're having a little increase in the influenza, which you expect at this time of the year, the colder months. And we are going to be continuing with our vector control activities. Miss Patience, some patients had asked last time that we do vector control activities for her. We've had all manner of issues over the holidays with cases, etc. So we're doing it next week, Tuesday onwards. So for the worldwide component of us, as the Ministry of Health highlighted this week, we don't have any of those viruses that are part of the Chinese outbreak, respiratory outbreak at this point in time. So we don't have any H1N1, any H5N1, any of these viruses, or any of the newer ones that we're recognizing. It's not even new. The human mental pneumonia virus, we don't have that, HMPV. So it's a respiratory virus just like the others, and if you're following just like the ordinary respiratory protection with your mask and hand washing, you should be doing pretty good. So COVID happening was a good thing to teach us how to make sure we protect ourselves against respiratory illnesses. And those are the highlights. I don't know if Chief would like to add anything in particular at this point in time. Oh, I want to highlight also, I'm very, very happy, and the public is going to be far better off with the NSWMA moving those loads or cubic yards or tons from the dump here at Church Corner. Because this has always been a serious risk for the parish, especially with it being so close to the river. Yes.
So well done to NSWMA, and I'm looking forward to the Municipal Corporation policing this to ensure that the transfer of those cubic yards, tons, is safely done. Because you can't be trying to help yourself and end up being worse off. So well done, NSWMA.
cover.
That's the transfer, safe transfer. Because it's not just covered also, you don't want it to leak.
Yeah.
Because you have the leachate, which is it's been sitting there for a while and it's breaking down. And you have all kind of bacteria that is in there. And sometimes you may have heavy metals also that are in this. And you don't want that to be leaking or people are driving behind that vehicle and they're being exposed. So, we have to ensure proper containment during transfer. So I'm looking forward to that review as to the contract for it.
So this is actually done now before they actually start all the work that should be going on that was mentioned in the meeting. And so this was before they actually started removing the debris and garbage and everything from the dump.